What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, joined today by the man, Paraskeva Fontos. How are we doing, Para?
I'm great, man. How about you?
Can't complain as usual. Before we do talk about Gerrit Cole's exceptional start last night, everyone be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Helps out the channel a bunch. And we're going live. You guys know this, before and after every Yankees game this season. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you hit that bell so you know when we do go live every day. Let's go. But we have to talk about Cole's exceptional start against the Orioles on Tuesday night. Listen, 7 innings, 0 earned runs, 13 Ks, no walks, 4 hits. I mean, bro, like this is what the Yankees signed Gerrit Cole for, right? And I understand it was against the Baltimore Orioles. It wasn't against like a premier lineup in the American League. But this is exactly what you want to see Cole perform like when he is facing a mediocre lineup like the Orioles, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, listen, we could even say that this was one of his best starts as a Yankee so far, right?
I agree. Last year was kind of shaky. He was trying to get into the rhythm, but honestly, him having fans behind him, like cheering him on with 0-2 counts, like he lives for this because that's one of the main reasons why he came to the Yankees was because of the fans. And remember his first start on Friday? He said he
Yeah.
couldn't sleep for the last 2 days because of the fans. So honestly, props to Cole. He's still my pick for Cy Young this year. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still sticking with my award predictions too. I got Cole, Cy Young, Judge MVP. But I mean, I think what a lot of people don't really take into account with Cole too often is the mentality that this dude brings to the mound. I mean, we see he's locked in from the get-go. This is a game that I don't want to say it essentially means nothing because all the games in the regular season do mean something in the whole grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But we're not talking it's like a high divisional matchup against like the Rays or even the Blue Jays or a postseason matchup. This is just a regular game. It's like the 5th game of the year against the Baltimore Orioles. But Gerrit Cole is still locked in like it's game 7 of the World Series, and it shows. And that's like the kind of mentality that's contagious throughout the clubhouse. And
Mhm.
that's why he's so important to this team. And a lot of people don't realize that. But when a lot of people evaluate players, they love looking at like analytics and on the field performance. But it's stuff like this that isn't able to be measured with numbers. It's just not. And Gerrit Cole provides the Yankees with that X factor that they've been missing for so long, a
Yeah.
solidified ace.
Yeah. And also what I realized going to back to that mentality, when he got that 13 strike at the end of the 6th inning, Cole, was it the 6th inning or seventh? No, it was the 7th inning.
7.
He walked into that dugout and he didn't even have a smile on his face. He was still locked in. He wanted to go out and pitch more. He was like he's still locked in. So Cole is one of the best pitchers in MLB, top 3, but I would love to see these types of performances more and more, like you said, against the Rays, the White Sox, the Blue Jays, the top teams that we're supposed to be worrying about for a postseason run. So honestly, I'm excited.
Yeah. And listen, you say that like Cole seemed like he was frustrated. Like maybe he wanted to go a little bit longer, right? I think that Cole was frustrated because he wasn't satisfied with his performance. I mean, I feel like Cole is the type of guy, he goes home, looks at his line, he's like, bro, how'd I give up 4 hits today? Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, how didn't I manufacture my pitches better so I could have pitched the 8th? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's Cole's mentality, and I love that perfectionist mentality in him. It's
it's like that Kobe
perfect.
mentality, bro. They always try to fix their mistakes. So
No, literally. And moving forward, I think that especially with some young guys in the rotation, right? You have Kluber, who's a veteran arm. You don't really have to worry about him. But then after that, you have Tyone, Montgomery, Herman. These are 3 guys that'll benefit greatly from just being around like being around a guy like Gerrit Cole and just that attitude that he provides. We've seen the progress of Jordan Montgomery. Now, I'm not saying it has anything to do with Gerrit Cole, but it could have like an impact on like the rest of the rotation. Just because, bro, Jordan Montgomery is another one that we saw in his first start looked absolutely dominant. Like other than Gerrit Cole, I say Jordan Montgomery has had the Yankees' second best start of the season.
oh, absolutely. Herman was absolutely atrocious. Kluber started off hot, but he struggled after he gave up a couple hits. But
Sure. And
I'm very interested to see how Tyone does today because that's
yes.
one of those guys I want to see succeed after the last 2 years they've had. So I want to see Tyone do well as well.
Yeah, and I was gonna say the relationship between Tyone and Cole and how important that is for Tyone rebounding and not having pitched in 2 years. So I think Tyone is like the second X factor to the Yankees rotation this season, because Cole is like the obvious one. We know that he's kind of going to give you what you need. But I think I've made this prediction so many times, and I'll say it again. I think by the end of the season, thanks to Gerrit Cole, thanks to the help of Gerrit Cole, Jameson Taillon is going to be the Yankees' solidified number 2 in the rotation.
Oh, that's an amazing statement to leave, because I don't think Herman's going to be finishing off in the Yankees rotation by the end of the season.
I'd agree.
It's going to be Garcia, and then when Severino comes back, I don't think they're going to throw him into the rotation. I think he's going to be thrown into the bullpen, maybe work an inning or two just to build up that arm. So
yeah, I mean, obviously it all depends on like the current health of the Yankees rotation when Severino returns. If you have a guy out for a significant period of time, Severino is just definitely going to be stepping in as a starter. But if you have all 5 of your starters healthy and producing, it's very possible, like you said, the Yankees could throw him in the bullpen. But I think what we're seeing out of Gerrit Cole this season, and I said it before, we're going to see a career year. Now, listen, that's not a jinx. That's just stating facts here. Gerrit Cole is comfortable in the Bronx this season. I said it in our season preview show. He's accustomed to the AL East now, right? He knows what's going on. He knows the teams. He knows who he's facing. 2, he knows Yankee Stadium better. This is his second time here. He knows that like Yankee Stadium is much smaller than other parks he's pitching, and he's gonna give up more home runs. But he's found a way to limit the amount of base runners, so the home runs don't mean as much. You know what I mean? So if a guy does hit a solo home run, it's much different than if he gives up a 3-run jack, right? And I think the third key to Gerrit Cole's success this season and why he's going to be so effective is, like you said, fans are back in the crowd. I mean, we know Gerrit Cole feeds off the fans at Yankee Stadium. He's a guy who lives for this. This is Gerrit Cole's element. Like when a lot of guys are scared of like a Game 7 situation with a packed stadium all yelling at them, I feel like that's something that Gerrit Cole lives and dies by. And I think that's going to be the key to his success this season, because as the season goes on, Yankee Stadium is only going to be getting more packed and more packed as the capacity increases. So expect a ridiculous, when I say ridiculous, I mean a ridiculous season out of Gerrit Cole this year.
You think he's going to hit 20 wins?
Yes. 20 wins and over 300 Ks.
It's bold.
I like it. I mean, it's not even that bold, because I believe in 2019 he had like 326.
And I remember 2019 when he came to Yankee Stadium with the Astros. He was locked in. It was like,
just saying, Barra. Just saying. But that is going to wrap things up for us today. I don't think that there's any denying that Gerrit Cole is the solidified ace on the Yankees, but it's just so great seeing him come on the mound every 5th day and just reminding us that we finally have an arm that we could trust in any situation that we call him on. But that is going to wrap things up. We will see you guys next time. Everyone, be sure. I know I say it every time, but just do it. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you do know when we go live before and after every Yankees game this season. And we have those daily recorded videos coming up, just like you're watching, every day on the channel. 12 p.m. for night games and 9 or 10 for day games. So stay tuned for that. We appreciate you all. Thank you for supporting the channel all the time. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Peace.